Jojo Siwa came out. I know what you're thinking. Who the is Jojo Siwa? Well, she's not this 90s hip-hop duo, that's Casey and Jojo. Jojo Siwa is a child star turned YouTube kid idol. She got her start on a reality television show called Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition when she was just 10 years old. The reason her coming out is such a big deal is because her audience isn't 20 and 30-something progressives. It's kids. All kinds of kids. But mostly kids who are used to watching squeaky clean entertainment. The kind of kid your Republican aunt living in the middle of Ohio is raising. The kind of kids that might not have been exposed to queer relationships, but definitely haven't missed a day of vacation Bible school. This video is going to take a look at the events leading up to Jojo Siwa's coming out and the impact it has had on American children, particularly on her very young audience. I'm Amanda, and this is my really gay YouTube channel. She grew up before our eyes. Jojo Siwa was first introduced to the public in 2013 on a show called Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition. Abby's Ultimate Dance Competition is a Project Runway, Real Housewives-y, American Idol knockoff remix with an editor that was clearly on Adderall when they were cutting this shit together. It's a bunch of kids that are way too young to be on television, a bunch of thirsty moms wearing way too much makeup, and a bunch of no-name judges with egos the size of the head lady's hair. There's also this warning for people looking to relocate to Middle America.
In Nebraska, you don't get that many opportunities.
Here's a quick clip to give you an idea of the type of parent Jojo's mother is.
I would say it's my mission in life to make Jojo a star.
That's how you know somebody's a good parent, when they want their kids' chances of becoming a heroin addict to triple. I know I personally cannot wait until my girlfriend and I drop a couple sperm babies out our legs, and then we can form a full family band with them. Hopefully by the time the kids are in junior high, their lives will be ruined. Oh yeah, I hope my kid turns out just like Amanda Bynes. What? She stands out in the show because she's the youngest, but she's also literally the brightest. Her hair is almost white. She's constantly wearing these super bright, super sparkly colors. Somehow, in a sea of kids that seem like they'd all eat their own granny's face off for a chance to audition to get into some random dance school, Jojo stands out as seeming to want that success even more.
I am the best dancer here. It's time that everyone else here realizes it.
It's just very clear early on that this child is determined to be famous. And to her credit, she's famous. Jojo became a regular on Dance Moms, another reality show that opened its audience up to the possibility of actively witnessing mothers destroying their children's essence.
Something is wrong. What's going on?
Okay, I watched way more children's reality dance show footage than I ever thought I would allow these eyeballs to see in my life. And I honestly don't know how it's legal that these types of shows exist. Like, it's obviously not okay what they're doing to the children. How does anyone attached to shows like this sleep at night? Exploiting children is so profitable. Once you've been on 2 reality shows, you have to put out a pop single. So Jojo puts out Boomerang in 2016. It's kind of embarrassing. Leading up to 2021, Jojo has just been doing a lot of influencer life type stuff. I mean, her online following is massive. She has over 12 million subscribers on her YouTube page, which is just mostly vlogs of her life, doing cool stuff, doing ordinary stuff on crack. I don't know how kids are watching this stuff. It's like, are the kids on acid? Is whoever the camera person is has had like 90 cups of coffee, which I guess a lot of the times it's Jojo, so that makes sense. On January 20th of this year, Siwa opened up TikTok and uploaded a video of herself singing the song Born This Way by Lady Gaga. Then a couple days later, on January 22nd, Jojo tweeted out a picture of herself. It was a picture of her wearing a t-shirt that was given to her by her cousin, and the t-shirt said, "Best gay cousin ever." Way to make us all look lame, Jojo. Ooh, coming out with a tweet. I came out the old-fashioned way, the way everybody did it back in my day. You come out one by one to every single person you know until at last your refrigerator repairman turns to you and says,
"Ma'am, you answered the door in rainbow overalls and a tool belt. I didn't need you to come out to me."
And you know, that's like everybody knows. Like, no, she did it the cool way. It's a tweet and a selfie in a cool t-shirt. Just to make sure everybody knew she was queer, Jojo went on Instagram Live and doubled down on her gayness and said, "I am a member of the LGBTQ family." It's very positive and uplifting.
I want people to know that there is so much love in the world. There's so much love.
Oh God. To be young again and to actually say out loud things like, "There's so much love in the world." I just remember when I felt literally that same way. And then life beat it out of me. Like, some of us chose to be sarcastic in our teens. She went a different direction, and it's commendable. Watching her gushing about how easy it is and how it's not hard anymore to come out, it dawned on me that this girl has no idea how impactful her coming out is going to be. So let's discuss this impact. Who are her fans? I mean, obviously, like, kids, but which kids? It's mostly young kids. Think a bunch of 9-year-olds with some 13-year-olds sprinkled in. It makes sense. When I watch her concert footage and music videos, I'd imagine any 17 or 18-year-old, which is Jojo's actual age, probably wouldn't want to be caught dead listening to somebody who looks like they just came from cheerleading camp for toddlers. Now, this is footage from YouTuber Elise Eklund's channel. She went to a Jojo Siwa concert back in late 2019. If you notice, there are a lot of young-looking kids walking into this arena with their parents. These kids are like less than half the size of their parents. We're talking 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 9, 10, 11, like pretty young kids. Now, why is it significant that a 9 or a 10-year-old little girl is now being told a person she looks up to as a role model is gay? It's because it's something conservative parents have fought for a very long time, and that's normalizing gay people. Showing young people that gays not only come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, careers, occupations, but ages, does a lot to counteract a long-running, very popular narrative, which is that gay things equal sexualized things. Therefore, we should not show gay things to children. And the queer community has been screaming about this for years. Yes, you absolutely can show gay relationships and gay people to children. The heterosexual community does it all the time. I was like 4 years old the first time I watched The Little Mermaid and watched Ariel pining over a man. The fact that nearly every relationship displayed in children's programming is heterosexual means that we have gay kids growing up with zero references in media to people who are like them. That leads to all kinds of problems. Kids thinking there's something wrong with them. Why am I different? How can I change myself? It leads to more insecurity and less healthy outlook. But if we can have a little 7-year-old girl who maybe doesn't know her sexual orientation yet and definitely doesn't know what those two words mean yet, but does know that her favorite singer is dating a girl. So whether she's gay or not, it's normal. That is so much healthier and so much more positive. But it's not just young kids who are being exposed to this queer YouTuber. It's young kids and their conservative family. Jojo doesn't curse, she doesn't talk about sex, hell, she doesn't even frown ever. Like, in a world where conservative parents are walking around probably feeling like everywhere they turn, some liberal gay is trying to force their gay agenda down their throats. Siwa, before this, felt like a breath of relief. There's nothing offensive or inappropriate for kids of any age on this channel. She makes exciting content for kids without controversy. Her dance moves are appropriate for kids. When I was researching the reaction to JoJo coming out, I stumbled upon this article on christianparenting.com. It was basically a cautionary tale about how parents should try to be the influencer in their children's lives so that influencers aren't the influencers in their children's lives. I'm pretty sure the dude who wrote this, who admits in the article he's a grandfather, has no idea what an influencer is. Because I promise you, moms and dads, no matter how much hair dye you put in your hair or how much time you spend on urbandictionary.com, your children will never look at you the way they look at famous 18-year-olds on TikTok. His advice was based around the problem that Jojo Siwa coming out has presented to Christian parents. Now they have to talk to their child about gayness, and in some cases have to reveal to their child, son, I didn't want to tell you this way, but we're homophobes. Most parents don't want to have this conversation with their children. They, like all normal people, would like their children to grow up and organically observe the homophobia they're growing up around and will one day be expected to pass on to their children. Because JoJo came out, we got all these little kids running home asking their parents, what does it mean? What is this? What is it wrong? And these parents who do believe it's wrong, they do not want to be having these conversations with their children. That's why they're out here writing blog posts about be your own child's influencer, because they're scared. Jojo, on the response to her coming out, I was thinking that all the comments were going to be nice and supportive, and they weren't. A lot of them were, I'm never buying your merch again. My daughter's never watching you again. I couldn't sleep for 3 days. That parent who said that, how are you gonna look straight into the eyes of the positivity princess and be like, no, you're no longer good enough to entertain my child? Not because of the insane consumerism running rampant on your YouTube page. She has, like, literal videos of her just buying her own merch at Walmart and Target. No, not because of that, because her queerness. That's the type of priorities you want to be teaching your child. If it's straight, break the bank. If it's gay, throw it away. No. Do you understand how huge this is? Like, when I was a kid, my parents did not sit me down and preach to me about, you know, how to be a homophobe and how we hate gay people, and if you're gay, you're wrong. Like, I learned it over time, or if it was referenced, my dad would say homophobic things. But they did not sit me down and go, daughter, if you ever think you want to have sex with a woman, just don't. You're not allowed to do that. No, they didn't do that. Like, my parents had no conversations with me about sex, like a lot of conservative parents do. I mean, it just was a thing. I remember asking my friends, and like all of us, our parents didn't say jack, like, wait till you're married. How is that? That's the thing. That's the talk. Wait till you're married. That's the talk. The easiest talk in the world. Jojo Siwa coming out is essentially forcing these parents whose plan beforehand was essentially homophobia by osmosis. Now they have to come home and have a conversation with their 8-year-old child. They have to explain to their little girl why she can no longer listen to this pop singer who they were totally fine with her listening to a couple of days ago. Now I have to look my child in the eye and tell you, if you think you might be like her, better think again, because she is wrong. And if you're like her, you're wrong. Like, no, parents don't want to, they're not wanting to have, they, you know, even though they might feel that way, they don't want to say those words out loud to a kid. No parent wants to be having this conversation because they know their kid is not going to understand it. And they shouldn't, because it makes no sense. Kids are not idiots. They may not have as much life experience as the rest of us, but they're not stupid. They can tell when something's off. They understand way more than we think they're capable of understanding. The same way you can sit them down and explain to them, just because mommy and daddy are getting a divorce doesn't mean it's your fault, or doesn't mean they aren't still going to love you. They can understand really difficult things like that the same way they can understand just because person X loves person Y doesn't mean those two people don't deserve happiness. The kids get it. As somebody who grew up in an extremely conservative environment, I can say that had any of my childhood idols come out as gay, that could have had a big impact on me and my mental health and the years and years of depression. There's a lot of JoJo haters out there. And I don't mean, conservative parents who now hate her because they just realized they've been tricked into allowing gay stickers on their kids' walls. I mean the haters that she's had for a long time now. The trolls, the people making fun of her hairline or her voice or the fact that she's so tall and has such a young fan base or saying how bad her music is. And it is really bad, to be fair. Like, it's terrible. But this young girl, she's so young. She has done more for the queer community than she even realized. So I don't care how annoying you think her BMW with her face plastered across it is. This is helping kids. Thank you so much for watching. It makes me so happy inside to think that there are kids out there now that have a role model to look up to. All right, see y'all next video. Exploiting children is profitable.